As we age, it's really important to adjust our makeup techniques to suit more mature skin. So I'm going to show you on my mature face how to achieve a quick and easy makeup look using only a few core products. So first of all, I'm going to prep the skin with our serum primer. So this is multi-use in that it is a serum to nourish the skin and a primer to prep the skin for your foundation application and also hold the foundation onto your face so it lasts longer. So we're going to use 2 drops of this serum in the palm of the hand. And like all of our products, a little goes a long way. So rubbing into the palms of the hands and pressing into the face. This will help nourish and prep the skin for your foundation. Also contains some beautiful anti-aging ingredients as well to help minimize the signs of aging, minimize the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles over time, and make your skin feel beautiful. I'm going to then go with our diffuser brush, which is really, really amazing for foundation application. It is specially designed to diffuse our concealer foundation into a really seamless, beautiful look. And the ingredients in here are in there to help diffuse the light around to lessen the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles and skin texture and just even out the skin really beautifully while using the most minimal product possible, because we do not want to overload our skin. Especially as we age, less is more. The more layers you have on your skin, the more obvious things like pores and wrinkles will be. So applying the most minimal amount in the most effective way is going to be key. So I'm going to use about 1/3 of a pea size onto the back of my hand. And the reason I'm popping it onto the back of my hand is if you were to go into the pot with a brush, you're likely to gobble up a lot of product into the brush and you end up rinsing it down the sink. This way, we're not stuffing it into the brush, we're actually just gently putting it onto the tips of the brush and then allowing the brush to do its magic. So I've used our mixing tool, which is a great little tool for that. So concealer foundation 2.0, and this is multi-use concealer and foundation in one. So I'm gonna just spread it out onto the back of my hand and pick up a little bit with the brush. So start from the inside of the face, and you don't want to see the product swiping onto the face. You want to be able to see the change happening in your skin. Basically, if you're seeing the product swiping on, you've got too much on, because you want it to just evenly diffuse and you don't want to be chasing it around the face, making it absorb. So that is one of the biggest tricks to remember. So we'll go from the center of the face, and you don't have to press too hard with this brush. Just once you prep the skin with your serum primer, you've got a really nice base so it glides over the skin beautifully. And the serum primer can be used instead of a moisturizer, but on those days where you have extra dry skin, you might want to use your moisturizer first after you hop out of the shower, and then let that fully absorb, and then put your serum primer on top to act as your primer for your foundation. So just blending this all over the face, and then you can layer it. After you've got that first base layer on, creating a really smooth finish, then you can apply more over the top to layer it. And you see I haven't used much at all so far, and it's just slowly starting to make a bit of a difference. So, buffing it in tiny little circular motions with the brush. And as I said, it's designed to diffuse all of the particles within the foundation, so it creates a really beautiful effect without having to create a whole big lot of coverage. So buffing this right round. I'm going to go in again around the center of the face. Paying extra attention to those pigmentation marks around here. So this is great to cover pigmentation, but it still lets the natural skin show through without looking like you've got a heavy layer on there. Not necessary to go down the neck with a foundation, just as long as you get it nicely blended out to the jawline. And we will be bringing the color from our neck back into our cheeks with our blush color. And then with the extra spots and blemishes, like my big pigmentation spot here, I'm gonna go in with my finger and just tap that on top to add a little bit more extra coverage. And then you can go in with your fingertips to create a fuller coverage around the eyes and around the corners of the nose, if you tend to any redness around the nose area or any other blemishes that you might have, you can just press it in with your fingertips. So what's going to happen with this foundation is over time, you're going to be absorbing the beautiful oils in the foundation. It doesn't set and evaporate on your face, leaving your coverage. It will feed your skin throughout the day. So it's packed full of really nourishing ingredients, and a lot of them are designed to act over the long term as well, to improve the skin over the long term. So just a little bit. I'm not going to go on to the eyelid itself because we will be putting a radiance product on the lids, but I will go to the outer corner and just up under the brow bone with our concealer foundation, just to even out the skin tone under there. This is designed with a little bit of powder in the formulation, so it's not necessary to powder your foundation afterwards. You find that using either straight powder foundation or a lot of powder on top of your foundation can be aging to the skin, and it can emphasize fine lines and wrinkles more. So keeping it a little less than matte, nice and dewy, will help the skin to look fresh and not age the skin. So that's good. A little bit in the outer corner there, and I might just need a touch more on my big spot here, just patting it in place. Another key for your makeup to stay and to absorb into the skin is to leave it alone. We have a huge habit of touching our face throughout the day, and you find that if you leave your makeup alone, it actually will stay. Next, I'm going to go in and do my eyebrows. I'm using an eyebrow pencil. Aleph doesn't do an eyebrow product yet, but it is something that might come later down the track. This one is a blonde, and I prefer to go a little bit lighter, but still get the definition in the brows. A lot of people tend to wear their brows a little bit too dark and too angular, and that can be quite aging as well. So as we age, our eyebrows lose a little bit of color and definition. So we want to put that back, but we don't want to look like we're wearing somebody else's eyebrows. So I'm using a blonde, and I'm just going to create little short strokes here to define the brows, and use the brush as I go to blend that in. So we want to create a little bit of shape, but nothing too pointy and angular. And I'll also get them even from one to the next as well. So just go in and do little fine strokes. And I'm not pressing too hard at all. I'm just getting the color into the brows, but not actually drawing on the skin, because that can look a little bit waxy and fake. So we want to look natural and fill in any little gaps. Go. Now my eyebrows are a little bit of a different shape, so on this one I have to just come a little bit on top, fill in the top a little bit more to bring them back into alignment. And use just tiny little fine strokes, and then blend that out. And don't forget to elongate them to the end of the eye. A little bit more on the side. There we go. And next I will go in with Radiance Moon. And Moon was designed to add a little bit of highlight to the eye. It's not a color, it doesn't have any depth to it, but it's a beautiful highlight that will help to draw extra light into the eyes and also make your mascara stand out a little bit. So we want to focus on just the lid closest to the eyelashes, and this will help to define the eyes more. Don't get too far up into the crease because that will start to crease in there, and it's not necessary at all. If you want a little bit more shine, you can layer a bit on top and just press that in place. This product is a little bit firmer than your usual cream highlight product, and that is because we want it to melt into the skin. We don't want it to melt with the air, so that helps to keep the pigments in place and create that beautiful reflect, but without being a sticky, having a sticky texture when you open your eyes, or if you use it as your highlighter on your cheeks. A little bit here. And it's something that, unless you're doing this in a good light, you might not notice the color being very apparent, but you want to be able to stand in a nice light and then see the reflect happening. So just getting the light to come into the eyes and into the corner of the eye here to brighten things up a little bit. Press that in. Next I'm going to go in with a eyeliner pencil, and this is going to help define the eyes and thicken up the lashes, but without looking too obvious. We're just going to go up underneath the lash line here, just drawing in between the eyelashes. So we're not actually going onto the rim. It does take a little bit of getting used to, but once you've got the hang of it, it's such a great trick. Just really pushing that into the lash line and creating really thick, luscious eyelashes. On the other side. Again, Aleph doesn't yet have any eyeliner products, but this will come. We're working on it. Try not to poke yourself in the eye, that's the trick. Then we'll go in with a mascara and apply just a little bit to the bottom lashes. Keeping it really soft on the bottom lashes, and Aleph is working on a natural mascara, something that's going to take a little bit of time, but we can't wait to share that with you when that launches. And then to the upper lashes. So you can see how the eyeliner just along the base of the lashes helps to create really thick looking lashes instantly. Then lastly, I'm going to go in with our cheek and lip tint. This one's Pixie. Pixie's a beautiful color because it really emulates the natural blush color that comes through in here, and we're bringing that up into the face, and it doubles as the lip tint as well. So you've got a beautiful, this is a warm rose with some warm undertones. We're going to pop this onto the apples of the cheeks, and how to find the best place to put your blush is to go straight down from your pupil down to halfway between your nose and upper lip and focus on that spot, and then you can blend that out. So using a clean finger, you can take that up and out. But if you focus on that spot, you can't go wrong, and then blend that up and out for a nice gently flushed look. And other side, tap it in place, and you really can't go wrong with this this cheek and lip tint. It's densely pigmented, so a little goes a long way, but if you find you overdo it, you can just blend it out with a clean finger. Or if you go really super wrong, then just blend it out with your foundation brush, diffuser brush, and then you can start again with your cheek color. But once this is on, this will last the day as well. And then onto the lips. You can layer a little bit or a lot. This is a beautiful, natural, rosy lip color. Nice and nourishing on the lips too, and doesn't have any scent or taste, which is also a bonus as well. So that's it, a nice quick and easy look for more mature skin. Just using 3 key Olive products, your four concealer, foundation, serum primer, cheek and lip tint, and Radiance Moon, and then just a couple of other products like your brow pencil, mascara, and eyeliner pencil. I hope that was helpful, and we'd love to hear your thoughts or see your tutorials on how to create a natural makeup look for mature skin. And any other comments and questions you may have, please just yell out. We'd love to hear from you.